G'day Mac Packers, thanks for clicking back on macpack.com.au where we've heard from a number of the Mac Packers so far about their development and their transformation from junior to senior football. Time now to have a chat to a man who has developed all the way to the captain of the Carlton Football Club, Marc Murphy. Marc, we're going to go back and find out a little bit more about your junior days playing football. Can you tell us how old you were when you started playing the game?
Yeah, I was 10 years old when I first played my first game of under 11s footy out at Beverly Hills out in East Doncaster. Just played, Oz kick and played in the schoolyard before that. So yeah, first game was at 10 years old.
And out at Beverly Hills, what were they like out there? Were the boys kind to you? Were you a dominating youngster?
Yeah, they were very kind to me. We had some really good success out there. So we played in a grand final in our first year, and then the following year played in another grand final and finally won, which was great. But yeah, I went okay back in under 11s and 12s.
Very good. Now, where did you go from there? What was the transformation like? Did you play TAC Cup football under 18s?
Yeah, I just played at Beverly Hills till under 15s, and then got recognised as not a bad player there, and went to Oakley Chargers in the TAC Cup, and went to the 15s camps, 16s, then finally played under 18s there at Oakley Chargers, and then found my way to Carlton in the draft of 2005.
Now, looking back, just how important were those junior years for you as a development?
Oh, really important. I didn't take my football too seriously when I was younger. I just really enjoyed playing with my friends from school, and then playing with the guys on the weekend at my local footy club. So I just played my footy and cricket as most kids sort of do when they're growing up, and got to about 15 or 16 and started to take it a little bit more seriously.
Now, every Mac Packer out there, it is a dream of everyone's to be drafted to an AFL club. Can you tell us about what it was like to be drafted and how good it felt?
I was extremely nervous. I remember going into the draft with Mum and Dad, and I got called out at pick number 1 to Carlton, so it was only 20 minutes down the road from where I lived out in Doncaster. So I remember turning up on the Monday morning and walking into the footy club and seeing Anthony Koutafidis, who's probably one of the greatest players who've ever played for Carlton, and it was just a great thrill to be an 18-year-old kid, and to finally walk into an AFL club as a player was a great thrill.
Can you remember what that first training session was like? Were you nervous?
I was extremely nervous. I remember I missed quite a few kicks, but the boys are really welcoming, and they were fantastic in giving me some confidence about going out there and training with the guys, and yeah, I was lucky enough to play my first game in round 1. And
can you remember that first game? How nervous were you going out for that? It must have been terrifying.
Yeah, it was. I remember even just running out my first game at Etihad Stadium in a practice game against Geelong was my first actual time running out in a big banner, and obviously the Carlton theme song being played. So that was a great thrill, and obviously round 1 was my first real game against Melbourne, and that was Kouta's 250th as well, and we ended up having a win, which was great. And I remember I had 17 kicks and kicked a goal, so I remember everything about it.
Very good. Now, take us back to those junior days. Do you have any highlights that stick out in your mind from playing junior football?
Yeah, quite a few highlights. 2 of the best were under 12s and under 15s, winning premierships in those years, and I'm still mates with quite a few of those boys today that I played out there in East Doncaster with. So some great memories from my junior footy days, and having some success as a club was fantastic.
There you go, Mac Packers. Marc Murphy speaking about his development in the game. And don't forget, you're playing football at the moment, you're playing with your mates. They are mates for life. As Marc Murphy has said, he still keeps in touch with them now, even though he's the captain of the Carlton Football Club. So make sure you stick around with your mates playing junior football. They are friends for life. Stick around on macpack.com.au as well. Plenty more from Marc Murphy, Jack Rewalt, Scotty Pendlebury and Tom Hawkins to come.